Hello from Cortes Island. We did a screening here in Manson's Hall last night, and yeah, it was a really interesting discussion afterwards. Cortes isn't really farming country, but there are farms here. Um, but what really made an impression on me was, I guess, the class divide. There is a land divide for sure, um, mostly about housing and who is able to buy land and who isn't. And most of the historic residents of Cortes have been priced out, and they've been displaced by people with more money that come in and maybe treat it as a vacation home or whatever. But yeah, the original residents are struggling to hold on to their culture here because they can't afford to live here. And one of the big complaints that they had is that the new rich residents aren't making themselves part of the community. And so we had a discussion about, well, what is one thing that we can do about that? And one of the people in the discussion, an oyster farmer, talked about, I guess, just being friendly. He was doing what he was talking about waving to the new neighbors when they're around, and maybe they don't wave the first time or the second time or the third time, but eventually they'll wave back, and it's a way of bringing people into the community. It's very simple, and it's not gonna fix the big picture, but it's something that helps build the community. And this was one of the very first things that I learned when I fell in love with the farmer that started me on this journey. She taught me about a thing in the country called the farmer wave, which it happens when you're driving. You just have your hand on the steering wheel, and you pass someone by, and you just lift your fingers, make eye contact. And she gave me this habit of doing the farmer wave whenever I'm in the back country. I do it, and it's just, I guess it's just signaling that you're open to connection, that you're not an invader, as silly as that sounds. Um, but it was really, really effective when I was making my film, because I was using it, and it was a way of coming into rural communities, which I'm doing again on this tour, and you know, being less of a stranger. I'll put it that way, because it's not like I'm not a stranger, but it just showed that I was aware that there are people there, and I'm not just running around doing my big city things. Yeah, so I thought that was a really interesting. What is one thing you can do? You can wave to people. That's cool.